Tibetan Mind-Body Sciences program is a 5-week-long summer study abroad trip that takes place in Dharamsala in Mundgod, India. On this program, students engage with Tibetan Buddhist exile communities within India and learn about Buddhist psychology, philosophy, religion, Tibetan medicine, and contemplative sciences. The first half of the program takes place in Dharamsala, India, which lies at the foothills of the Himalayas and is home to His Holiness the 14th Dalai Lama. While in Dharamsala, students really engage with different aspects of the Tibetan Buddhist culture, as we take students to the Norbalinka Art Institute, to Mensikong Tibetan Medical and Astrological Institute, and the Library of Tibetan Works and Archives, just to name a few.
In Dharamsala, we were really so welcomed into the community and shown things that we normally wouldn't be able to see, whether it would be going on a hike in nature, going to see waterfalls and rivers, or having an audience with His Holiness the Dalai Lama, which was one of the most incredible moments of my life.
What I think I value most about it is that we're learning not just what to think, but we're learning how to think, which is, again, something that isn't necessarily taught in the classroom much. And it's great because super applicable to life, anywhere you go at all stages, and overall just being able to learn how to think better and healthier is just a wonderful experience and something to learn.
We then moved to Mundgod, India, where we reside at the Science and Meditation Center at Drepung Losling Monastery. This is a Tibetan Buddhist monastery that's home to over 3,000 monks. While we're here, students continue taking their courses, waking up to meditation every morning, continuing with their mind, medicine, and healing course in the culture of Buddhist Tibet, but really have the opportunity now to engage further with the monastic community.
I feel like I learned a lot more about the culture surrounding it. So at first I learned a lot about kind of the technical, this is how you meditate, this is how you kind of deal with the afflictive emotions. But this time around I've come to appreciate Tibetan culture a lot more. I've come to appreciate the importance of valuing others over yourself.
Just getting to experience all of that in this environment that's so different from anywhere else in the world. You're surrounded by like hundreds and thousands of monks who are all debating philosophy and science and psychology, and they want to talk about it and they want to debate it with you and they want to get your perspective in order to strengthen their perspective, which is also something that I think we need more of in the West. So all in all, this experience has really just been like this crazy eye-opening experience that I probably wouldn't have ever gotten anywhere else or if I hadn't come on this program.
Students really have the opportunity to engage with this monastic community through interviews for their final projects, by teaching English to the monastic community while they're here, and also through debate nights in which the monastic community and our students come together to learn more about each other's cultures and philosophies and societies.
When the questioning is considered to be most important. The doctor must know how to ask the question, what kind of question he should ask at the time.
I think there was always a big contradiction between faith and science for me. I grew up in a very Muslim household. My parents told me that a lot of their success came from their faith, and hearing that growing up and going to mosque contradicted a lot with the science that I was being taught at school, and I thought that this would be a really good opportunity for me to try and reconcile sort of faith or spirituality and science. And since being here, I think probably my favorite thing has been learning about Buddhist philosophy and sort of this understanding that Buddhism is a religion, but it's also a science. It's a science of spirituality and a science of the mind and of the mental, and I really think I appreciate that.
On top of just learning about Buddhism, the fact that we're able to learn about a different way of approaching health and a very holistic way of approaching health, which is very different from how we approach health in the West, which was very important for me since I studied human health, and I hope to pursue public health later on in life. So just having a broadened perspective on how to view the body and its relationship with the mind was very important for me personally, and definitely something that I hope to apply in my studies later on.
As a religion major, and I've explored different faiths. I've taken classes on Islam, taken classes on Christianity, classes on the different world religions, but one area I was really lacking was an understanding in Buddhism. And I thought this program, especially with Tibetan Buddhism and having the experience of meeting His Holiness, the Dalai Lama, would be a great opportunity to grow in knowledge there. In addition to just reading the text and reading like the basic knowledge about it, we also get to experience it and get to truly learn meditation and meet and interact with the monks.
I am going to take back to America the value of kindness, the value of being in the present and not always recording or taking a picture of everything. But I am also going to bring the value of Buddhism, the value of divinity, and being able to see divinity in each of us.
We got the opportunity to go to a school within the monastery and teach the monks English. So we taught monks ranging from ages 5 to maybe even 30 years old. My friend and I, we taught monks that were in grade 2, so they were a lot younger, maybe 5 to 10 years old. And it's really interesting because you expect monks to be really well behaved and everything, but these monks are just like any other kids. They're really energetic, they misbehave, they beat each other up sometimes, and it was just really fun and challenging. I experienced all these different emotions trying to teach these monks English, but overall it was such a fun experience, and I think we all got a lot out of it. We went into it feeling kind of nervous and scared because honestly we don't really know if we're capable of teaching English, but I think it's more just about befriending these monks and kind of just sharing your culture with them. So I think as students we were all very inspired by what these monks had to teach us in addition to what we taught them.
And I'm really grateful because throughout these 5 weeks, I think I've really learned to have a greater sense of appreciation, respect, and compassion for all types of people.
I've just been so immersed in this academic culture of debate and always having very invigorating conversations with professors and monastics, geshes, my professors, from this program and different students. It's just been a great collaboration and conglomeration of different people, and I can truly say that my way of thinking has changed, my way of thinking about myself has changed, my way of interacting with others has changed. I've become a more vulnerable person, more open to talking about my feelings, and I really have changed and want to go back to the United States and make a difference for others and not forget this trip and take these values of Buddhism back to the United States.
And I kind of wanted to come here to find hope, to find people that have been resilient after so many things that happened to them. And the Tibetan people are those people. And I have found so much compassion, and I have found how from suffering, compassion comes, and it's actually the introduction of compassion.
So when I came to this program, I had the expectation of finding some answers to personal questions, the main one being how to heal my pain and the pain of my own people. But I saw how suffering was being used, and I found champions of resilience, which is why I see Tibetan people to be, and I found meaning in that pain.
Well, one of my memories that really stuck with me being here, it was actually earlier this week. There's a holiday here called Sakadewa, where it's Buddha's celebration of his birth, enlightenment, and death. And so we went to the temple nearby, and there was this huge celebration. The people were chanting. There was about 1,000 monks there. And for the first time, I remember sitting there, and I just felt like so grateful because I knew that everybody around me in this environment all the monks, all of our professors who were there, all the Geshis and Rinpoches, they were all just studying to be compassionate and to care for one another. And for once, I really felt like extremely safe and happy in an environment with so many people around, which was truly inspiring to know that these environments exist.
At the end of 5 short weeks, students leave this program with new perspectives, new insights, and new skills that they can take with them throughout their lives.